Alright guys, today's day one, December 10th, 2020. I'm about to take this board out in the ocean for the first time. Um, excuse me, trying to get on camera. I'm excited about using this board because I've been practicing on this board, which is my 6'6". I learned how to surf on these two boards right here, 9 foot and 8 foot. And my instructors for Gene B Surf Session, they told me you gotta start big and work your way small. When I first tried to get into surfing, I tried to use boards small like this, but as a beginner surfer, these boards are too hard to control. You need a lot of technique and a lot of skill. Any goal is achievable. That's why I'm finally here. But you should start with a bigger soft top surfboards, and then as you get better, then you work your way down. So this is a 6.0. I've been practicing on the 6.6, and before that I had a 7 foot. I actually started on a 10 foot that I used to rent, a 10 foot soft top. Then I bought a 9 once I realized I'm going to stick with surfing. I'm going to learn this. And then I broke this board and got better at surfing. Then I got an 8. Then I went to a 7, which I lost it in the ocean. It broke, the leash broke and floated away. And then I came to the 6.6. And now I'm ready for the 6.0 to start getting better. And now the 5.5. So with all that being said, just in surfing, you start big and work your way down small. You start with big surfboards, and then you work your way down to smaller surfboards. And it's been the best thing that I've ever done for my surfing, because even though I do know how to surf now, and I've been surfing consistently every day pretty much for a year and a half, almost 2 years, it's still really tough to try to figure these boards out, but well worth it. Yeah, but well worth it. And yeah, my flash went off on my phone, so I thought it shut off. Excuse me. So anyway, I'm excited about using this board. Sorry about my hands. I'm just kind of waking up this morning, so I'm excited about using this board. My whole philosophy that's been working for me so far is I usually do 2 boards at a time. I keep a primary board, so in this case, my 9 foot board was my primary. These boards are so big, guys, you can't even see them. I gotta back up. My 9 foot board was my primary board that I learned on, and then I would rent an 8. I kept practicing on a 9, and then I would rent an 8. And for whatever reason, that helped me learn how to surf better, because it made me realize, one, that the bigger board was easier after trying to go to a smaller board, and made me fight harder to learn. And then two, learning to use a smaller board made me realize that I had more space and more room and more ability to learn. More ability to learn, meaning it's like training wheels, guys, on your bicycle. Training wheels. So, um, when you learn how to ride a bicycle, as a kid, if you've never ridden a bicycle, they have these little training wheels on the left and right side of the back tire, and they keep you balanced. So these two boards, soft tops, they're like training wheels. They're super long, and they're super wide, and they're super thick, and they give you that practice, and they give you that practice and confidence to learn how to all the basic foundation stuff for surfing, so that you can move over to more advanced stuff. Surfing is very challenging, it's very fun, but if you do it right and you start with big surfboards and then you work your way down to smaller surfboards, you'll get the hang of everything. So again, my philosophy has always been, and it wasn't a philosophy that I created. It just kind of happened that way. It was kind of like, my goal has always been to move down to be able to surf boards this size. So what happened was, as I got better with a bigger size board, I always went down to the next board. So this board is becoming easy to me. I still have a lot to learn. And so what I do is I start using a smaller board, and then I stay on this for a few days, and then I go back and forth. And each board teaches me something. So this board is bigger, so it's easier to catch the waves. It floats me better. I can paddle faster. It's bigger, wider, so I can stand up easier. So when I go to this board, I'm going to have to paddle even harder. So being that I have to paddle super hard on this board, is gonna make my paddling better for this board. Being that this board is smaller, I'm gonna have to get better at being in the right place of the wave. As you go down smaller in a surfboard, you have to be at the right place of the wave. So a wave is kind of like this. Just think of a circle. It's not a circle, but it's easy to imagine. Think of a circle. You have your left and right side, or right and left side. You have your top and you have your bottom. So as you get better at surfing, you need to be in the middle, towards the top, or at the top. Um, when you have a big board like this, you can practically be anywhere. But as a beginner surfer, you're not going to know how to look at the wave and position yourself fast enough um, ahead of time to be at the top or in the middle towards the top, which is called the peak. And with these boards, smaller boards, you have to be close to the peak or at the peak because they're smaller and they need that power of being high and letting gravity use it to come down. With the bigger boards, you don't need as much gravity to go high and come down. You just need to be in front of the wave. So you can be at the bottom or the sides. As you get better, even though it's a bigger board, you still always want to catch a wave at the peak, at the top. My arm is getting tired, guys. So anyway, my foot is around. So that's a little lesson today. Just trying to give back. And yeah, so I'm excited. I want to do a little video showcasing how pretty and nice the board is before it starts getting scratched up and dirty like this. But I didn't buy it to have it as a wall piece, as a wall piece, as a framed picture. I bought it to use. So it's nice and smooth and pretty, no blemishes. And yeah, I like wrapping my leash around the back like this. I wrap it around a few times. People used to do it like that, showed me how to do it. Wrap this part around the fin, but I pull it real tight. I wrap around the board because it's just a pain in the butt having it drag or carry it. So anyway, this is my baby. I call this board, I think I'm gonna call it White Lightning because it's small and I'm sure it's gonna go super fast. And I'll be able to attack the lip as I get better surfing. Call this one Orange Juice, obviously because it's orange. And I call this pretty board Pink Lemonade. As you can see, it has 4 fins, and that's definitely speed. I remember I used to watch videos and read articles. Yeah, 4 fins are for speed. 4 fins are for speed. As you can see, I learned on 3 fins, 9 foot, 3 fins, 8 foot, which are beginner boards, so they should be set up like that. But I can tell you what, going to 4 fins, it's like night and day. It's like Cadillac. I say yeah, a Cadillac with a lot of get up, but still it's a 4-door. It's kind of luxury to race car with those 4 fins. I like it. I don't know much about surfing to be able to explain why it works that way, but 4 fins goes really fast. All right. So if you like speed, be looking for 4 fins as you get better at surfing. So anyway, I'm looking forward to taking this out, and I've achieved my goal of being able to ride shortboards. And now it's just, I can stand up, I can catch the wave. So now it's more of just getting better with these boards. So I can surf these boards, but now it's getting better at surfing these boards, and I'm pretty excited to begin my journey. I'm only 2 weeks in, 2.5, 3 weeks in, shortboarding with this board, and my first day on this board, December 10th, 2020, and I've been using these boards for a year and a half, which are the boards I learned on, the sizes that I learned on, 9 and 8. So again, guys, if you want to get good at surfing, please start on a big board. There's nothing wrong with having the dream, the goal of wanting to be a shortboard surfer, but you have to be a longboard surfer first. These are called soft tops, but they're also longboards. 9 foot and up is a longboard, and 8 foot is called a mini longboard because it's 1 foot shorter than a 9 foot. Anyway, I don't want to get too technical. I don't know much about stuff like that, but I think they said it has to be like 3 foot above your height, and it's considered a longboard. So if you're 5 foot, this is a longboard. If you're 4 foot, a 7 foot board would be a longboard. But for most people that are, for a lot of people that are, close to 6 foot in height, I mean, most people are within 1 foot of being 6 foot. So I guess the general rule is probably like 3 feet above 6 feet, which is 9 feet, which I really don't know. Google it, but 9 foot is typically the beginning level of a beginning size and length of a longboard. So yeah, guys, take your time, have fun. Don't worry about the size of your board. Just have fun. When you have fun, it's all about having fun. Like, if I were trying to learn how to surf on this, it wouldn't be fun. You're not going to catch waves. It takes skill and knowledge to be able to ride these boards. You don't have to be some special, talented person to ride these boards. You just have to learn how to surf first. And then, once you learn how to surf, then you come here. You don't come here first. And if you do decide to do that, go with a soft top, be careful, and realize it's going to be hard, it's going to be challenging, because you skipped this process of the 9 and 8 foot, and just be okay with that. But like me, I made the mistake. I started here, and then I humbled myself, swallowed my pride, and then I went back to here, and now I'm back to here, where I wanted to be all the time. But you just got to do it the right way, guys. All right, take care. I want to end the video good.